Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury from the ArchieLuxury channel, the Paul Pluta channel, and ArchieLuxury corporate. Guys, keep watching. Keep watching. I need the viewers. I need the viewers. I need the subs. I need it. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Tell your friends, whether you like them or hate them. Just tell them anyhow. ArchieLuxury on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel. Today guys, I want to talk about advice for somebody who wants a Rolex. What advice can I give? Now I got to tell you, I've been talking to a good friend of mine, Scotty. Scotty's a salt of the earth guy. He'd do anything for you. Lovely guy. And he's had a number of Rolexes. He started off with a Deep Sea, then he got a Batman, then he got a Sub-Date. He's had Explorer 139mm. He's had a number of Rolex. He had to sell them for personal reasons, and now he wants one back. And, you know, Scotty's a prime candidate. He is somebody who desperately wants a Rolex. He's tasted the Rolex fruit, but he doesn't have one, and it's very tough times. There are other people new to the hobby. They've always been a watch person. They love watches. They've owned a few Omegas. They've had maybe a Tag Heuer. They're moving up the tree, and now they really want a Rolex. So what advice do I give people if you really want a Rolex? If you are just a normal person, normal lower middle class to middle class, what do you do? And I gotta tell you, it is a very sad situation because the Rolex market is so buoyant. It's so buoyant. The problem is Rolexes, unless you've got a relationship with your AD, he's not gonna get you anything. He's a Rolex dealer. Rolexes are expensive. A lower to middle class person can get a Rolex, but they can't buy all the other crap. See, there really isn't a supply problem. Most dealers, I can tell you now, they would have some hot models in the back room. That's correct. They have them in the back room. They would have a Pepsi Submariner. They would have a Explorer 2 Polar. They would have Milgauss. They would have quite a few hot models there. Now, those hot models, they don't have to sell them to you. They can sell them to whoever they like. What they want to do is, see, they want to sell not so hot models. And basically what happens is, if you buy the less successful models, you may have a chance to get one of the hot models. The problem is, how many of the less popular models do you need to buy to get a hot model? And that's the problem. That is the big problem itself. It is very, very tough. A normal person, they can't afford to buy a day-date 40 mil. What's a day-date? $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 Aussie. $50,000 for a diamond day-date in America. And then that would wipe out most collectors. Most collectors' collection isn't worth anywhere near that figure. How would they pay for it? And if they bought a day-date, there is no guarantee that would entitle them to a hot steel watch. One sale isn't enough. So you've got to be so careful here. This is a very tricky thing. The reality is, dealers, they want to sell them to people who have an established relationship with them. That's what they want to do. Now, this is a business, and there is no fairness, there is no nothing. If you want to play the dealer games, you need to have big pockets. When I say big pockets, we're talking $100,000, $200,000 is nothing. That's nothing. But that's a lot of people, they don't have pockets like that. So, what do you do? What do you do? And I got to be totally honest with you. I think for most people out there, you're far better off to pay the premium, go to the grey market, get the watch you want, one and be done. That's really what I think the answer is. I think you're better off paying a premium, getting it from the grey market dealer, instead of playing these bullshit AD games. The AD, I'll be honest with you, unless you are really, really high turnover, big numbers, they ain't going to do anything for you. I'm sorry. This may hurt. It is just supply and demand at its worst case. So what do? And I've spoken. See, this is the thing. Many people out there, they like to think they are a sophisticated collector. I've had the paid reviews. They said to me, I'm not going to pay over retail. I'm not going to do this. Well, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. The reality is the market dictates the conditions and the terms. The retail prices of Rolex is largely irrelevant because the secondary market is the true free enterprise market. So my advice is, if you are somebody who really wants one, I would concentrate and I would basically pay the piper. I think it's sad. It's very sad. It's sad you can't just go in. Well, theoretically you can. You could just walk in, pick up a Submariner, and off you go. The reality is, it's just not possible. Okay? It just doesn't work this way. You can go to the AD, you can play the AD games, or you can look at it scientifically and say, this is a rigged market. Of course it's rigged. And you say, well, I really want a Rolex watch. I'd be happy with these models. Boom, 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 boom. And I think you'd be better off to buy it on the pre-owned grey market. Dealers like David SW in America are very good sources. In Australia, there's dealers like Vintage Watch Co., Luxuria in Sydney, Shani in Melbourne. That's the European watch gallery. They're very good sources. The problem is supply and demand. A lot of dealers, very hard to get supply. My own advice is, I think you're in many cases better off just to pay the premium and be done. I got fans, friends, clients of myself who they've got these models in, and the number of pieces they need to buy, the bravado, the story they need to have, not many people can pull it off. Not many people can pull it off. Even me, the pontiff, all I've done for Rolex, I can't get nothing. I've never had a relationship with an AD. The ADs have never liked me. I buy everything second hand. I buy it on the grey market because I've never had huge money. I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. So I've got to tell you, my advice to someone like Scotty, someone who says they don't pay retail, my advice is this. Don't play the dealer AD games. Don't play these games. They're not going to. It's very unlikely. There is always a chance. There's always going to be someone who says, well, I just walked in and got one. Hey, that could be true. However, let's talk in realistic terms. It's very unlikely. And I gotta be honest with you. Most people are wasting their time licking the AD's ass. My advice is get the one you want from the secondary market. That's it. That's what you should do. The retail price on these things is largely irrelevant because of supply and demand. It's economics. I really think what's going to happen is, instead of people in the past having 3 or 4 or 5 Rolexes, which an upper middle class person could really do, they're probably going to have one. They'll probably have a couple of Omegas. They'll have a JLC. They'll have, there's, a PAM. There's some good pieces there. I think instead of being Rolex centric, it'll be the Grail. For a lot of people, the Rolex will be the Grail. And that's okay. That is how times change. Is it sad? Is it mean? Is it vicious? Well, this is the reality we live in. So guys, I gotta tell you, my best advice to you is go and pay the piper. Don't muck around with your AD. Don't play these stupid Rolex. I gotta tell you guys, so many, I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you this because, man, if you don't listen to me, you're not gonna get this message straight. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. Don't waste your time getting an AD relationship. They will pump and dump you. They will abuse you. They want you to buy things that you can't get your money back on. So many people have got ego. Rolex collectors, watch collectors in general, massive ego. And what happens is, I tell you what happens to these people. They think they're better, that they're narcissistic sons of bitches. Okay, they're narcissistic. And that approach may have worked in the past, but it's not going to work to get a Rolex. The honest answer is, a lot of these people, I don't pay retail. I gotta tell you, seriously, don't waste your time. For most of you guys, if you don't have an AD relationship, forget it. Forget it. Pay the secondary market price and be done. That's right. Pay the secondary market price, be done. That's what I would do. That is what I would do. I tell you this now. I honestly say to you, pay the price and get the watch. There's no point. There is absolutely no point playing the AD game. What are you going to do? Buy a Tudor? Buy a Tudor? Buy a Datejust? Man, you're going to run out of steam. Pay the price, get the watch, be done. Got to be realistic. This market is not fair. I never said it was fair. Never said it was easy. This is the way to go. Okay, guys, I'm wrapping this video up. Guys, this is a special video. Why is Rolex top dog? And I want to talk about Rolex. Guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you in the next one. See you later. Rolex! Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, I've got some exciting promotion news for you. David SW just sent me a press release. Archie, we just launched the new website this week, and we have a sale going on now until Monday with $375 off. If you can give me a plug, that will be great. David SW. I gotta tell you guys, if you want to buy a Rolex, if you want to buy a luxury wristwatch, where would I go? If I was in America, North America, where would I go? There's only one place I would go. David SW. He is one of the most trusted names in the wristwatch market. Forget building a relationship with your AD. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Forget licking the backside of your ADs, and you know, that's just wasted time. My best advice is, if you are looking for a Rolex, if you're looking for a Rolex from an honest, good business, go to David SW. I gotta tell you honestly, I would say David SW. Happy Thanksgiving from David SW. Save $375. Cannot be used with any other promotion, fair enough. Jewelry discount is 10% for the duration of the promotion. Expires midnight on the 30th of the 11th. David SW, go and check out the new website. Go and see the bargains they've got. Guys, seriously, if you want a Rolex, make it happen. Forget AD waiting lists. Forget all that nonsense. Go to David SW. David SW, America's. This is the dealer I would go to. Don't waste your time buying, trying to get kudos from the AD. Go and see David SW with $375 off your purchase. This sale will not last. David SW, check out the new website. Tell me what you think, guys. I want to know what you guys think. I want to hear it from you guys. Tell me what you think of the new look David SW website. I tell you what, it's feature packed. It's got punch. I love the new video at the front. Man, David SW. I love you, David SW. I trust you 100%. I recommend you to countless people. I love you, David SW.
Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.